You're watching the 2019 SCAC Fall Media Days. It's day 9, and we're taking a look into the Centenary College men's soccer program. The Gents will once again be led by head coach Kyle Symczak, along with senior forward Scott Halper. Coach Scott, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, we'll begin with you. You're going into your 4th season as the head coach there in Shreveport. What makes this part of the year so special, the start of a new journey preseason? Is there an upped excitement level for you as a coach to get back with these guys and get the year going?
Absolutely. Preseason, what I'm finding out is it's a new year every year, obviously. You got new guys, you got transfers coming in, and it's an exciting time to start building your program. Each team is different. Obviously, you have definitely your standpoints and your culture, but things are added. So it's definitely exciting to get started, get back to work, and it's been a good preseason for sure.
Scott, as a senior on this team and you head into your final preseason camp there at Centenary, what is your mindset going into the year? And do you feel like, as a senior leader on this team, your role has kind of changed, being one of the guys that some of these younger athletes look up to heading into this final year for you?
Yeah, my mindset going into this final preseason camp has been trying to put my best foot out there, trying to lead by example a little bit, show the younger guys what it takes to go through a college preseason. And in terms of my role as a leader and people looking up to me, I feel like I've been pretty vocal over the past few years, and that I really don't see it as anything has changed from a leadership standpoint, other than now is just trying to make sure that I keep doing what I've been doing, that the guys really buy into our culture and really are ready, and I'm really excited about it because this group of guys really seems to get it this year. So I'm really excited for this final season.
Coach, exciting facility changes there at Centenary. Brand new turf field goes in over the summer. What does that mean to this program, and does it create kind of a buzz with the guys as they've sort of trained through preseason and got prepared for a new year?
Absolutely. Having the new field definitely creates that buzz that you mentioned, and just creating this kind of home field advantage of having the turf and it being our new house and everything like that. So we've definitely played into that from preseason. Obviously, a big advantage is with the weather last year. Shouldn't see any too much trouble with that, with the rain and things like that. So getting all our home games in will be big in front of our crowd and stuff like that. But definitely playing it to our advantage, being exciting every day to go out to a new turf field, amps up the practices, and just get used to the turf side of things and get your touches, because it can be a little bit quicker, a little bit different, but we're definitely excited and going to use it to our advantage.
Scott, a season ago, you played in 17 games, making 14 starts and adding 1 assist. You've now made 41 starts in your career there at Centenary. As you've gone through the offseason, through the summer, worked on your individual game, what are a couple of things you've really been working on to get yourself as prepared as possible going into this senior year?
I've been trying to really just round out my game. Last year I played starting defensive midfielder for most of the season. This year I'm going back up to what I consider my natural position is striker, at least in the initial plans. But I know that as I've seen over my past 3 seasons and heading into my 4th, it's an evolving game. Guys get hurt, formations change, and that means that you're going to have to be a smart player. You're going to have to be able to adapt to whatever role you're asked to do. So if I'm asked to be a striker and be a goal scorer and a facilitator, and that's something I've been working on. Working on my striking, working on making sure I get consistent shots, and if I need to be moved around to a center midfield position or any other position on the field, then just trying to watch film, break it down, and work on my touch as much as possible, so that way I can be ready for whatever I'm asked to do this season.
Coach, defensively, this team allowed 40 goals a season ago for a 2.14 goals against average. What have you worked on through the start of preseason to kind of maybe get a little bit more secure in that defensive third of the field?
Definitely. So we're one thing is a formation change, going with 4 in the back, and then adding a couple pieces in the recruiting process obviously helps that standpoint, but just working on organization, stepping our lines when we need to, closing down space is something that we've really hammered out this preseason, and just being overall organized with communication and stepping up and keeping our lines kind of more compact. is definitely one thing that I really wanted to hammer out in preseason, and the guys have done a great job with this preseason moving forward.
Scott, obviously, as we move into this season, a little bit of change to the SCAC schedule from a double round robin to a single, game schedule this year. How much urgency and importance does that put on each and every conference game, knowing points are going to be a lot less precious this year as you try and, fight for your position on the table?
Yeah, I mean, I always try letting the incoming players know that every conference game is a different animal, and that when you're playing a non-conference game versus a conference game, you might think you know what's coming, but conference is just very, very different. There's a lot more desire in those games, and now it's going to be heightened even more. And we're just excited about it because we're ready to go out there and show the work that we've been putting in. Obviously, we're very aware of what the preseason polls said about what people think about us, and we're just ready to go out there and show that we've been working our butts off, and that we're ready to prove them wrong, prove that we're going to be a conference tournament team this year, and that we're ready to fight.
Coach, as this preseason has unfolded, what are a couple of things that maybe have surprised you that gives you confidence heading into the year with this group?
Well, Scott touched on it. Just the guys buying into the culture has happened more quickly than I've ever seen since I've been here. So that's the first step, is guys buying in. It's shown in the training sessions. It's shown in the energy, and just guys working, competing, and it's healthy competition. Like, as we know in competitions and practice, things can get heated, but then right after in water, they're cleaned up, and then we're ready to go. So that's a great sign in these early signs of preseasons. When you're getting tired, you're really getting to know your brothers, and really battling for each other. That's the biggest thing that I've seen so far. So just the hunger, and us being able to compete as college teams in these training sessions, and then in our preseason game. I'm just excited about that kind of mentality that we have at this point, and it's just getting stronger moving forward.
Scott, finally, to wrap things up with you, as you've had conversations with some of your teammates and got prepared for this season, what are some of the goals for this 2019 Centenary men's soccer program, and what will be key in order to accomplishing those?
Yeah, some of the goals we have. I mean, we have one ultimate goal, which is the conference tournament, trying to make it there, and the little goals along the way is to prove to prove our hard work, to prove our grit and our toughness, and those are little things that I've talked to the guys about, making sure that we really focus on, and the way to get there is by work practice. It's by every game, getting up for every game, having the energy, going out there, being the hardest working team on the field. Every team wants to do that. It's about who's actually going to put forth the effort to do it. And this year, I think we have a lot more depth than we've had, on a roster that I've been a part of at Centenary in the past 3 seasons. So to me, I'm very excited, because it means that guys who in the past needed to save themselves because we weren't really sure of what was coming off the bench. Now we have guys at every single position that we're really, really excited about, and it's going hard for whatever amount of time you can put it out there, and then after that, getting the next guy in to go and work his butt off. So that's what it's going to be: hard work. That's how we make our goals.
Coach, finally, we'll end on this note. Your expectations for the 2019 season are what? And this season will be successful if what unfolds out on the field for your team?
Expectations for me are taking it one session at a time, one game at a time. That might seem cliche, but with me, it's going to be building off of each game, building off of each practice, even after each session. So the expectations for me are heading into this first game against ETBU to be organized and, like Scott said, outwork teams and show that what we're doing in training is transitioning out to that field against ETBU. So not looking too far ahead on that, and taking it step by step is what we're doing as expectations here.
Centenary College men's soccer program. Again, the Gents will head into the season under the leadership of head coach Kyle Symczak, along with senior forward Scott Halper. The Gents will open up the 2019 campaign August 30th when they take on East Texas Baptist. Coach Scott, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.